Hey guys, Jerry here, and welcome back to GregTech. It's almost become sort of a tradition to start here in front of my new notice board, and, well, it continues today because I've filled it up again with more stuff to do. So let's have a look at what the goals are currently. So, apart from the 4 that we had left from last, I've added, as you can see, 5 extra signs. I've even had to put some down here because there was not really enough space on it. So, we need to do something about these bees. They're in the way. We need to get some lava storage, lava pump. This is actually sort of related to the organized fuel storage facility, and I'll show you that in a moment. We need to, this is also related down here, oil drilling and refining, black gold, baby. We need to, you know, become Texas oil barons. So yeah, there is some oil around here. It's over in the east. I think the closest stuff is. Then, I've decided that I want to build a mob trap because ridiculous cough there. We need to get some gunpowder for, you know, industrial diamonds, that sort of thing. And I don't want to hunt creepers all day, so if we could have somewhere for them to spawn and they would just get killed automatically, that'd be brilliant. And finally, something about the Ender Dragon. I've never really cared much for the Ender Dragon, but I guess he's part of the game, and besides there are certain ores in the end that we need access to, so at some point we're gonna have to find a stronghold and kill the Ender Dragon. But first things first. I need to show you my organized fuel storage facility. So downstairs we go. Now I still haven't made an official staircase down here, and as you can see already it's kind of a mess down here because it's not fully constructed yet. Basically, I've lowered the floor by 2 blocks, put in a walkway that's elevated above the new floor, so I can run pipes and such underneath. I've moved in the coke oven, as you saw last time, and they have been hooked up to a pipe, which pumps the crude oil up into the top of this tank. Now this tank, as you can see, can hold 1152 buckets. I've also moved the tank down by 1 so we could actually have the pipe up here. And then finally I've installed the semi-fluid generator right here, so we can just flip the switch and it'll start producing power. Now this one here is connected via cable underground that goes over and up here. It connects in with the the cable from the biofuel plant here. So this is all connected and should be able to provide power up there. Now I want to do a similar setup here with lava and the thermal generator. But that means we need to get access to lava somehow, or rather get an automated system for pumping up lava. And that is why that I have this ginormous cactus field outside. Now all of these are ready to harvest by now. And so what I just need to do is go through and remove all the sand, and then the cactus will fall, and we can cook that up and make a bunch of waterproof pipes. Now the odd thing about waterproof pipes in Buildcraft is that they're also lava proof. That's fun. They're kind of magical that way. So lots of cactus, should be able to make enough pipe to get from the big lava lake that we have down in the ravine underground. Now we also need to make a Buildcraft pump. And make a, you know, a little tunnel for the pipe actually to go in. So this tunnel, I imagine, is going to be somewhere down here, and I'm thinking maybe behind the thing, or it could be right in the middle of the floor here. I don't really care much. But the easiest way to dig a tunnel like that is to dig down, and digging down is really dangerous. And it's not something I'm willing to do. I could dig a 2-wide tunnel, and that would basically keep me safe, and that's also a pretty good idea to do. But then I would either have to fill in half of it, or I would have to, you know, put in a ladder or something, and yeah. Well, that's not really a big issue. But what is an issue is that I haven't started this yet, so let us get going with something. First thing first, Buildcraft pump and 3 redstone engines. Now the Buildcraft pump, it doesn't use a lot of power, it really doesn't, and you can power it with the redstone engines because of that. So that's the other good use of them. I don't have iron ingots in here. Let's see, iron ingots. Yeah, you know the recipe for it's the planks, of course. I have planks on me. That's sand. You know the recipe for Buildcraft redstone engines. I've shown that a couple of times. You also know the recipe for The pump, I think I've made one of those at one point on the series. I need more sticks. So I'm just gonna craft those things quickly, and then we can continue on to the actual, construction part. Alright, pump and redstone engines have been made. Now we just need to make sure that we have an ample supply of, I think we're gonna go with these stone waterproof pipes. Now these were the same ones that we used to move the creosote oil, so I should have a couple of them in surplus. Now I used a bunch of them, of course, to hook up these machines here. But stone fluid pipes, yes, I have just about, 78 of them in surplus. Since we are at height, let's see, about 66 here, that should actually be enough to bring us all the way down to lava level. So we need to decide exactly where to run this pipe, and I think we're just gonna mimic the creosote one. I think that'll end up giving the best results in terms of looks. So yeah, the well that, the mining well where we need to bring it down should be right here. So let's see, I have a stack of cobblestone on me. I have the pumps, I have redstone engines, I have levers, I have a lot of pipes. And hopefully I won't kill myself. So let's see exactly where we end up when we dig down here. Now the aim is for just about y equals 13 on the coordinate section, because that's at that height I'm just a couple of blocks above lava level. Now if this just so happens to put me right above the lava lake, that means that I'll have to somehow be a bit careful in getting to the surface, because we kind of want the pump not too far above the lava lake. Don't even ask me why, because I'm not actually quite sure, but that's something I've decided. So again, I'm being careful here, making sure that I never dig below myself. And as you can see, it's going pretty quickly going down here. Keeping a bit of light here, so we have sort of an idea where we're going. And this thing goes through dirt so quickly, it's really quite dangerous. Yeah, I keep making these little extra mistakes here. How high are we? 28, alright. Keep going down, keep going down. Jumping from side to side, not getting, myself caught and drowned in lava. That's another thing we need to do. I need to make a potion brewing stand so that I can make a fire protection potion. Both for use in the nether, actually primarily for use in the nether, but also like for situations like this where you really don't want to, get caught or accidentally fall into lava. So we're just about down at lava level now, and if you look at the map, now I know you don't have a map when you're just playing the game normally, but luckily right now I do have a map, and that means I can kind of tell where I am in relation to everything else. So if I dig this way, I should come out in a cave. Actually, the cave is above me. But if I go this way then, I'll end up at the lava lake. There we are. Now this ravine here should be familiar to some of you. We have a bridge over there going to another portal. We found some redstone down here at one point. There's the red rock over there. It's a chicken. But yeah, the question is how to most easily get to this lake. I think if we can actually go... I think we can go straight north from here actually, and end up at it. But this of course means that since we're actually not that close to the lava lake, there's a bit longer to travel with the pipe. But hopefully we can manage, yeah. I think this will be a pretty good launching spot. So what we need to do is make a nice little... Hello, Mr. Enderman. I'd much prefer if you didn't attack me right here and push me into lava. We make a little bridge here out into the middle of the lava lake. And just, again, I'm holding a finger on shift because I really don't want to fall down. I also really don't want that Enderman to aggro me. That would be bad for my health. But yeah, right about here I think is a pretty good spot to put the pump. So if we put the pump right here, then we can get rid of that again. We can put the redstone engines around it. And we can actually start pumping from it, should we want to. There's a skeleton over there. But I don't want to pump just yet. I want to, you know, run the pipe up to all the way up first. So I think what I'm gonna do, first of all, kind of widen this tunnel so we can walk beside the pipe in here. Apparently I've been mining in here. I was actually that close to one of the caves I've been mining in, interesting enough. So we want the pipe over in this corner here, so let us start that. Now, I want the pipe, I don't want it all the way down the bottom, I want it up here, so let's just start here. And then we basically just jump up. Now luckily we have another way to go back down here, so once we actually need to turn on the pump we can go the other way rather than, you know, having to fall down this shaft. We really don't want to fall down this shaft. So what's going to happen is that once this pipe is installed, I'm going to do this same thing just with cobblestone instead and basically just block it all up. One more and I should be able to walk onto here. And that's connected. Alright, so now if we send lava into this pipe, it should go directly into the tank. We can then make another redstone engine, put here, and then put the thermal generator we made a long time ago here. And then we can, whenever we want to, you know, increase our production of fuel with, or production of energy with lava. Which again, in emergency situations could be really, really useful. So I'm not sure I have enough pipe to actually finish this. Now I did need to go quite a few blocks, as you saw down there, to actually reach the lava lake from the corner, so I'm not sure 18 is enough. So I'm just quickly gonna harvest at least part of this cactus here and we can cook that up. Again, by far the quickest way to harvest this cactus is just breaking the dirt underneath. Or the sand, rather. Digger's backpack, that's where I have my dirt. I didn't mean to break that. So, anyway. And of course the cactus goes in the forester's backpack. These backpacks, they're a blessing and a curse at the same time. It's quite magical, really. Oh, put half of that in there, get it done quickly, and then we need to see if we have any more stone pipes. I don't think we do. But luckily I do have some glass down here and I also have some stone, so we can just make all the pipes we want. I'll just do it here. Now we only made about 24 waterproofing, so we won't really be able to do with much more than, or waterproof much more than this. But yeah, I'm just quickly gonna skip ahead until this is done cooking. And I think that's all of them, 23 cactus greens. So pipe sealant, craft that along with the pipes, and we have 41. That should definitely be enough to, you know, fill up that gap. So let us take the long road, because it's really only the long road that's safe for us. All the way down our staircase here. I don't even know actually if we have a... I think I know the easiest way to get there. It's a bit of a ways away, but yeah, it should be possible. Not that way. Or is it that way? Oh, it's this way. In here. And this tunnel here. Apart from crossing over a lot of other lava lakes we could potentially empty at one point, it also leads us pretty much straight to where we have to pump. We just need a staircase. And again, because I'm kind of uneasy about all of this lava, I'm gonna make it a bit extra wide. And that chicken just fucking gave me a scare. Damn you, chicken. That's gonna cost you your life. You don't scare the Jerry. It's not nice. I think the Enderman has left us. I put these torches over on the other side so we can have the pipe running through. And yeah. Put in the pipe. Oops, I just piped myself. Not there. On the top, this side, and connect it. Yeah, we were a couple of pipes short, so good thing I made a couple extras. So let's see, what do we need now? We pretty much just need to turn it on. And unless GregTech has messed with something, then these pipes should be perfectly lava-proof. I don't think anything has changed, really. But if we jump across here, and just stand down here quickly, we can see that it's slowing down this little sucker hose thing. Putting in a guardrail. And a torch to prevent spawns. And as you can see, lava is now flowing. As it should be. So it's pumping, like, the engines are generating, you know, filling up the internal storage, and then it pumps up a bucket of lava, and then each of these little blobs you see is about a bucket of lava worth. And they will, through the magic of these Buildcraft tubes, travel all the way up this distance without extra piping. It's actually quite impressive. So yeah, with that set up, let us now fill in this hole. And then we can raise the lava to the top. And then finally, once we're at the top, we need to go over and fetch the actual thermal generator, because I did not install that yet. We also need one more redstone engine. I really should just make a stack of those so we always have enough of them. They're really useful tools, but they're a bit annoying to make, especially when you have to like go back into it all the time, like I seem to have to do at the moment. So yeah, now that's sealed up. Lava should come into the tank, and if we go and fetch the thermal generator, then by the time we get back there should be some lava in the tank, and we can actually hook it up to the system. Now the thermal generator is still installed up here alongside the gas turbine. Now the gas turbine is a bit of a special case because it doesn't actually... Oh, I might as well pick it up. The gas turbine doesn't actually use liquid fuel like that. I don't think there's a reliable way to store the liquid or the gases that it needs. I believe that you can potentially, like, they are fluids in the forge fluid registry, but without some sort of fluid transposer or whatever they're called, liquid transposer, I don't think you can reliably get them in and out of the cans, and that's the big issue that we're having, or I'm having. See, there we go. First bit of lava coming in, I think. We might as well put this lever right there. Then we need the engine there, and we need the thermal generator down here. And finally, we need a redstone engine again. Ooh, look at that, pouring in. So yeah, that lake down there should, hopefully before too long, be completely drained. We can actually see if there's any diamonds underneath. You can see it's putting in lava at about 1,000 units at a time, which is equivalent to one bucket. There we go. Pause at 3,000. But yeah, let us... I'm gonna make another redstone engine, so see you guys in just a bit. And there we go. I made a couple of extras because, well, we're gonna need them at some point in the future. We're gonna need them, so might as well make them and put them in the Buildcraft chest here. I actually had some extra cactus screen in here, interesting enough. I guess I didn't need to make that. Anyway, I also had some stone transport pipes. Ah well. So, we have everything hooked up now except for the actual power line. Now, the one thing that I kind of regret doing already here is that I didn't use a higher quality line. Like, I used a tin cable here, which is fine for the diesel generator. It provides like 10 EU per tick. It's also fine for semi-fluid, which provides the same. But a thermal generator, I think, can give up to 20 at a time, so if you have all of these on the same time, they'll produce 40, which is more than the tin cable can handle. Now, the options to this is either send them into... or actually, the obvious solution here is just replace the tin cable with a copper cable, so that's exactly what I'm gonna do. I also have decided that I want to go ahead and replace the wires in here with gold. And basically, instead of having one transformer here, I'm gonna have a number of transformers, so that basically I can have a high power line here, and then I can drain the full strength of it, rather than... Because at the moment I can only transfer 128 ticks to each, or to the entirety of the workshop. So if I work two machines that each uses that much, then they're both going to run out of power eventually. And whereas even they're going to run out of power even if this one, the MFE up here, is not out of power. And that is an issue, because that means that, well, basically, they will start burning energy, and I won't be able to deliver the power where I need it. So, yeah, that's gonna happen at one point in the future. But right now, let us grab some copper cables and actually, you know, get these generators hooked up properly. I should have copper cable. I hope I have copper cable. Yes, I do. I even have quite a bit of it. So now, of course, the hope is that I can hook it up without this, necessarily destroying all the other, or accidentally destroying other machines and such. Now, the other problem, of course, being that I need to pick them up again in there, and I can't really get in there, so I'd have to break some floor to get there. Which I'm gonna have to anyway, so why not? Just get started. There we go. Oh, come on, why can't I reach that? Silly. But yeah, as you can see, it's just a minor wiring task. Not a lot of challenge or anything to that. But it's still important. At least I consider it to be important, because even though one of you guys mentioned that apparently InventoryTweaks at the moment doesn't actually enforce the whole only 32 per tick in tin cable or whatnot, I'm not sure I believe you, and I'm not willing to burn off all my wires and my machines to test it. So I'm just gonna take the safe route and do it the way that it's intended to be. Once 1.7 comes out, I'm most likely gonna have to do all this wiring again, because GregTech will be changing the electric system completely. So that's gonna be interesting to see. There we go. Now we should be able to feed all the power we want into it. So let us just test while it's night. If we go down here, give the pump here a little bit of power. It should drain out some lava. Fill into this. And if we look up in the MFE, we should be able to see it filling up with a bit of power. Yes, there we are. Excellent. So that's working. And we now have pretty much efficient storage and even gathering of all the, you know, the conventional fuels that we actually had access to before, so lava and creosote oil. And instead of having to, you know, go down and manually pick up the lava all the time, we have a pump doing it. So I think that actually allows us to cross off a point on the to-do list out here, which is the organized fuel storage for whatever we have. Now the power plant we can't remove yet until we have the gas turbine set up, but that's going to be a minor thing, because we don't really, like, the amount of gas we produce, it's very little until we actually get started on the oil here. Basically, if we look at find an oil cell here and click uses, you can see that there's the distillation tower, which is a really expensive GregTech machine. That produces, first of all, diesel, which is really good for the diesel generator. It produces sulfuric acid, which, as we saw earlier, we can use in the industrial grinder for different purposes once we've treated it with something in the chemical reactor. It produces glycerol, which is used to make nitrodiesel in small amounts. And we have methane, which is used in the gas turbine to produce a lot of power. And you don't get all of these byproducts in the Buildcraft refinery. You only get oil to diesel, and it's not a 1-to-1 ratio either. So this is by far the best way to refine oil. And as you can see here, you put in 256,000 EUs, but since you get 16 diesel, which you can see produces 130k each, and on top of that, if you use nitrodiesel, there we are, nitrodiesel, you can see you can optimize the fuel quite a lot more. So it's a very energy efficient process to refine it in the distillation tower. But as I mentioned, the distillation tower, it's a very expensive machine. It's 5 layers of various types of machine casings, and I think it actually uses a bunch of the advanced machine casings. I think it might actually be using like 16 of these, which you can see made with chrome plates, highly advanced machine blocks, and data control circuits, which again made with data storage circuits and iridium reinforced plates. So this is some advanced stuff, high level stuff. Olivine, emerald plates, and for those you need the plate cutting machine, which is something that we need to make as well. So now that we have a sign in surplus, I think we might actually just quickly put this on here. Universal macerator and plate cutting machine. We need these two things. Those are the next couple of machines that we need to make to actually, you know, progress. So I think with that we're gonna leave it for now. I hope you guys enjoyed my little trip down to lava and back again, and will join me for the next time when we do something else from this list. So until then, I'm Jerry, this has been GregTech, and I hope you enjoyed. Bye!